Finally got this thing built up. It's a 2S Walksnail Moonlight. Alright, so I just finished this build. I've had this one for a while, DJI 03 85. It's like a Mobula 8 HD version, and it's really great. I really like it. 2S build. So I wanted the same format but for Walksnail, so I got a Moonlight, and I'm going to do a comparison between the two. See, it's not quite fair because this one's a bit heavier. 86, 76, about 10 grams. So I think with if I were to do the same matching antennas, that's 2 grams, and if I take the heat sinks off, I think I would be really darn close to the same weight with just those small adjustments. But I'm gonna fly them, see what they look like. I'm gonna try the Walksnail Moonlight build out first. So I didn't do much to the tune of these. It's the Mob 8 HD. Stock, mostly stock. All stock. I just clip off the battery tray so I can fit a slightly bigger battery in there. 3D printed a canopy for this one. And then as far as the tune goes, I just gave it a little bump on master. I think I brought the master to 1.5. The goggles I'm using, I put fancy, like high gain, left-hand polarized antennas in the goggles, and that's why I kept the DJI antenna. It's a 03 antenna on the Moonlight because it's left-hand polarized, so I thought I would get my numbers really good. And Walksnail, I'm only running at 500 milliwatts because I was struggling with heat when I first started it. I'm going to run for 2 minutes. Can't tell if that's my goggles fogging up or that's the camera. I'll go for 2 minutes here, and then I'm going to take the ND filter off. It's only an ND8. I'm kind of at like, I'm getting close to sunset. Well, that's really nice. Alright, let's stop this. Alright, I'm taking the filter off. I really think my first reactions are to this camera, the Moonlight camera, has been, it's solid, it seems to be performing well, but the lens is fantastic. Like, it's got really good, the glass is really good. It's really sharp, it's got good distortion profile, it just looks really good. I think I set the UV value down third of stop below to try to save some highlights. In the camera here, they're definitely blown out. We'll have to check in post if they stay that way. Oops. Is it hot? No, I can't feel anything on it. That's a good sign. Motors are good. Everything's good. Not bad. Okay. Time 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Okay. Let's jump to the 03. I do like how the 03 goggles fit over my glasses. It's nice. Oh, the noise is bad. Video noise is terrible. Wow, I'm gonna need to take the ND off that light. Oh Lord, I froze it. I can feel the 10 grams difference in weight is very noticeable. This one just feels so easy to fly. Here's where we're doing better with the water. Can't see below that tree. Someone chase. I can't tell. I don't have like the throttle marker, but I feel like I'm probably at like 40% throttle to hover. Maybe 50, but I feel like I was at around 60 of it. The tricks of this one. 2 minutes though, let's take that. And the off. Now, it feels like this is what, oh, there's jello down here. It feels like this is what the Moonlight looked like with the ND on. But I guess so we shouldn't expect that, because the Moonlight's made for this. It's just made for roll out. I'm just seeing a lot of jello. I don't know what latency is like actually. I don't get a reading on the L3, but this feels like there's more latency. It feels kind of sluggish, or like my eyes are kind of twitchy, like they're trying to catch up a little bit. Over the fly time. Totally doesn't seem to care about the drones if there's no kids around. Not as much extra flight time as I thought. Five minutes. Yeah. I thought I was going to notice a bigger difference with this being 10 grams lighter, but it's like 30 seconds more flight time. And it felt kind of twitchy by comparison. I felt like it was more maneuverable, but it was also not as steady for like the stuff that I would probably want to use it for. Besides dives, it did better, a little bit better with the dive. That'd be the 03. And then the Moonlight, it flew really well. Now it's a slightly, brand new props and motors and stuff, so maybe that contributes a little bit to battery life. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like the overall experience flying this one better. I'm really curious to see what the footage looks like and compare the video between the two, especially with how much noise the 03 was showing here. So I guess let's go look at the footage. So I got Moonlight here with little yellow dots. Pick some similar frames. So there's the Moonlight. There's kind of a similar frame. A lot of clipped information in the shadows here. Highlights look great. Everything's saved there. Moonlight's the opposite, basically. There's all the shadows, the dark stuff looks good. Highlights are a little bit clipped, but really not bad at all. I'm surprised that more is not clipped out of there. I got rid of the stuff, the vignetting from ND filter. I just reprinted the little mount for it, and it fixed all that stuff. It sits back better. Let's look at these two. This one's really telling. You can see a lot of noise from the Moonlight. This one is unusable, basically. It's just so dark. Didn't clip the highlights, but this is unusable. And this is very typical of DJI. The auto exposure algorithm always will sacrifice your shadows for your highlights. Even if I try to bring this stuff up, it's gone. It's clipped. I can't get the shadow stuff back. Moonlight's the opposite of that, where maybe clipping a little bit of the highlights, although I think I was able to bring the highlights back a bit, and it saves all your shadows. Anyways, those are the ND8 ones. Here, I'll do the color on. Just did really fast color stuff just to get a feel for it. Exposure adjustment, lens distortion, which takes quite a bit for DJI. A little bit of color to emphasize the gold. Let's do very small. Probably could go a little more contrast. Push that a little more. A little bit of color to give a little more sunset. A little bit of lens distortion. No ND filters. We got this one and this one. Noticeably, let me turn the color off. Noticeably better performance on both of them. If I look at the Moonlight, I cannot see noise anywhere. It's super duper clean. Maybe a little bit of sharpening artifacts, aliasing in the grass, but that should go away after processing. DJI is still pretty underexposed, and there's actually quite a bit of noise too. And I could see this noise in the goggles while I was flying. This shot of the sunrise is really interesting. DJI is clipped and gone with all the trees, but the sky looks beautiful. Moonlight, the sky is clipped and gone, but it's actually kind of a nice clipping. It's relatively soft. And then all the details are in the shadows. I was able to bring back even more of the highlights too than I expected. So Moonlight's surprising me. I did not think it would do this well in a very extreme dynamic range situation like that, but it actually handled it like a champ. Look at that. Detail here is fantastic. The lenses really stand out. I mean, like, with color on this one, I wasn't able to bring back any of this stuff. The sky still looks great. So just a quick look at those clips with color. Since recording this quick, like, first impressions kind of side by side, I've been using the Moonlight a lot, and I'm just finding myself gravitating to it and just enjoying it more in kind of all phases. Like, I like it better on set for the experience and gigs, especially with clients and monitors. The feel of it better and the look of it better flying with it. And I enjoy the editing and coloring process with it more so than the DJI stuff. And so I'm just finding myself grabbing it more often. The other thing that I really like with it is it's matching more of the cameras that are being included in the edits and the gigs. So it does a really great job cutting in and matching with Blackmagic. Like this concert shoot was combined with a bunch of Blackmagic footage. It matched in no problem. It worked great. So it matches really well with Blackmagic and with Canon and with GoPro and Arri and that kind of vein of things. Seems like the DJI will match better with like Sony's and Fuji's and other DJI stuff. It's just a different color science. But yeah, I've been using the Moonlight a lot. I'm actually also using the Moonlight for just other gigs with like a naked GoPro on it and things like that too. It's started to replace DJI for me. When I go out and fly, I want to throw a couple whoops, like small tiny whoops in my bag, and have good footage that I have fun editing. And so that's kind of what's brought me to Walksnail and small tiny whoops with HD. And I just hated that if I wanted to do 4K, I'd have to bring this one and then therefore another set of goggles. And I can't get any of the DJI O4 stuff now. So I have to stick with the O3, and this one's great, but I'd have to bring 2 sets of goggles. And that was a pain. I didn't like it. So I was excited to do this, but this dumb build had so many issues. One, I thought I could just get the same. It was an 03 Lite. They don't make a Walksnail version, so I got a 03 Lite version for this, which means it just doesn't come with the 03. And I just thought that this canopy that came with it would pop in and the Moonlight would mount the same way the 03 does, because it's the same size and mounting configuration. But no, the Moonlight is quite a bit bigger and wider. So then I spent days trying to print and make 3D canopies for it, 3D print canopies, and I couldn't get anything right. They kept breaking. I've got a few different iterations here, so I did this. Well, this was me trying to cut weight on that one. But I took like a Pavo Pico and tried to modify it to fit, and then the props hit it. All sorts of crazy issues. So I finally found this 3D print, which I'll try to put a link or something to it, but it worked great, good fit. I didn't have to modify it hardly at all. I trimmed a little bit off the top so I could print it flat and upside down, and it worked good. And then I tried to cut some weight by putting some holes in it and stuff, and then this one was too fragile. So by the time I finally got it mounted, it was cool. I thought I'd be able to go fly it, but then the props kept hitting this part. So this hangs over where the props are quite a bit, and then those were hitting if I gave it little bumps. So then I had to tweak that and raise up this a little bit extra. And then once I really started to get into trying to fly it, I couldn't get it out of standby mode and put it into 4K. All sorts of crazy issues trying to figure that out. And after multiple days of trying and back and forth and then giving up and just playing video games and then coming back, it turns out that this specific flight controller has to have it on UART 6. And same settings, everything I could tell. I don't know why, but UART 6 worked. UART 2 did not work, even though this one is on UART 2. So there was something weird in the configuration where the Moonlight had to be on UART 6. Once I did that, I was good to go. Oh, the little ND filter. It comes with this ND filter, but it's way too heavy. It's like 3.5 or 4 grams. So I found the same person that made the canopy print made this print, and it just slides over and it holds the RunCam thumb ND filters, which I already had a bunch of. And then it was like 2.2 grams, I think, as opposed to 3.5. So I feel like that was a pretty good, worthwhile move. And then I can do more than an ND8 if I need to. So yeah, this has been my little bit of an adventure over the last 3 weeks on and off. And I'm really happy with it.